Well, hello, and thank you for coming here. My name is Sophocles, and this is my debut on YouTube, I guess, as a YouTube channel. Something I've always wanted to do, and I guess now is the time. Just been thinking about it for a long time, and I've always had this issue when it comes to kind of figuring out how exactly to tie all the facets of the things that I do kind of together, because it feels like I don't have a niche, and I enjoy and do a lot of things, and they can be different at each time. Like I'm into photography, I'm into music, I'm into skateboarding, I'm into philosophy, I'm into quantum physics, I'm into science, I'm into politics, furniture design, fashion, video games, books, movies, music, hot takes, pop culture, cooking, gardening. I like so much, and I want to talk about so many things. And a lot of the times it just kind of feels weird and strange, especially on social media, if like for one week I'm posting music that I made and the other week I'm doing something else. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense to try to be able to find how to bridge all those together, because I'm a multifaceted person and I consider myself a multifaceted creator. I don't just do one thing. Like for example, I have a graphic novel series that I write and illustrate. I finished two, both been published. Wrote the script for the third one, so I just have to draw it. I have a alternative indie punk band with my friends in Detroit. I work on hip hop and techno when I'm not doing that. Just a whole bunch of stuff, and I definitely feel like, and there's other things too. I have like a photography book series. There's like two of them out. I want to write and make a movie at some point. I want to produce a hip hop and techno album. There's just a lot of stuff that I do, and even the things that I think about or want to talk about, like politics or what's happening in the world, the ways in which, we're constantly being bombarded with media such as this, but at the same time, like there's so many fucking scammers and there's so many shitty people out there that are working like the population just to grift and to like get their money, pretending to be right wing, or like, like the Andrew Tates of the world and like all this kind of stuff, just kind of preying on the young and people that are just easily susceptible, I suppose. And I've just been thinking that like if someone like me doesn't start speaking up, and to actually like maybe even potentially be a better example of how to be, and I'm not saying that I know everything, that I have everything figured out, but at the same time, I do. And maybe you can see that as time goes by and we get to know each other better. But at the same time, yeah, I just wanted to kind of just show myself to other people, maybe like-minded people, and maybe like create community, because to me that's what it's all about. And in this area of isolation and individualism and the just ever encroaching fear of the fact that we're all walking a tightrope, it just seems harder and harder to do, whether that's in real life or in virtual life. But at the same time, I do want to try. So that's kind of sort of like what my angle is and what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about me and whatever I'm into or I'm doing at the time, or if there's like some sort of hot topic that I want to talk about. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you, whoever took the time, and hope to get to know y'all, and hope we get to have some good discussions, whether that's in the comments or just in general. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, I forgot. A little bit about me. I grew up in Greece. I spent about like 12, 13 years in Detroit going to school and living life and getting work experience. And I'm in Berlin now. I moved here almost 2 years ago. Kind of interesting, man. It sounds privileged, and maybe it is. As far as my family goes, we don't have any sort of like family money or crazy connections or anything like that. Never really had much help you know, if we're talking about nepotism and that kind of stuff. But definitely, you know, privileged to have 2 passports that let me live and work in 2 continents. And yeah, that's kind of like a little bit about me. What else? Yeah, like I said, I'm into a whole bunch of stuff that I will start getting out there, and I'm excited for this journey. Yeah, so